What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about on a daily basis, including money, investing, the stock market, the fourth stimulus package update, and stimulus check update. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, make sure to click the subscribe button down below as it's completely free to do so. I will keep you up to date with everything you need to know about on a daily basis. And also, thanks so much for hitting the like button for us down below. There's a major thing creeping up on us again with supply chain shortages. Remember that whole issue? It's still going on, but it could be getting a lot worse again. Check this out. Yeah, right here. You can see here the biggest risk to the global economy no one is talking about. Well, we've been talking about it here on our channel, but it's getting a lot worse. And that's because of what is going on in China. And that's because a lot of products are made in China. A lot of things are shipped from China. Check this out, how bad it's getting. Nearly 400 million people across 45 cities in China are now under full or partial lockdown as part of China's strict zero COVID policy. 400 million people are under full or partial lockdown. And remember what China's lockdown is like. Literally, if it's full lockdown, you get arrested if you leave your house. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Together, they represent 40% or $7.2 trillion of annual gross domestic product of the world's second largest economy. Yeah, and remember, when things got to get shipped over here to the US and shelves are bare, um, yeah, this could present another huge issue, and this also could mean shipping rates get severely increased here yet again. Analysts are ringing warning bells, but say investors aren't properly assessing how serious the global economic fallout might be from these prolonged isolation orders, saying, quote, global markets may still underestimate the impact because much attention remains focused on the Russian-Ukraine conflict and U.S. Federal Reserve rate hikes, which are both issues as well. Most alarming is the indefinite lockdown in Shanghai, a city of 25 million people and one of China's premier manufacturing and export hubs. Yeah. The quarantines that have led to food shortages, inabilities to access medical care, and even reported pet killings. It's really sad. They've also left the largest port in the world understaffed. The port of Shanghai, which handled over 20% of Chinese freight traffic in 2021, is essentially at a standstill. Food supplies stuck in shipping containers without access to refrigeration are rotting. Incoming cargo is now stuck at Shanghai marine terminals for an average of 8 days before it's even transported, a 75% increase since the recent round of lockdowns began. Export storage time has fallen, but that's likely because there are no new containers being sent to the docks from warehouses. Wow. Cargo airlines have canceled all flights in and out of the city, and more than 90% of trucks supporting import and export deliveries are currently out of action. Wow. Shanghai produces 6% of China's exports according to government statistics. Yeah, and get this. Here's the thing that really irks me is Shanghai has only reported 3 deaths. 3 deaths total and they're saying that the people were between ages 89 and 91 and the people weren't vaccinated. And this is why so many people they just don't believe the amount of deaths or the amount of cases coming out of China. They've only reported 3 deaths total. Oh my, like who believes this? They have 400, let me show you this here again here so everybody can see this here. 400 million people are on full or partial lockdown, okay? 400 million people are on lockdown. That's like more, that is more than the entire population of the United States, which only has around 330 million people. So imagine the whole United States is on lockdown. And this is a full blown lockdown. Like you're not allowed to leave your house type of lockdown, not like the uh, quote lockdown that we had in the US. And they're reporting only 3 deaths have happened total at all. Come on. Like, is this even serious? Is this even real life? It's literally unbelievable. Like, who believes this stuff? Like, when you look at the world statistics here, there's been 6.2 million deaths worldwide. The United States has had just under a million from the virus itself. 80 million people have tested positive. Those are only at official testing facilities. That does not count the at-home tests that you can get directly from the government websites, which, by the way, is covidtests.gov, covidtest.gov. Or, by the way, you can order 2 sets now from that government website, covidtests, tests.gov. Or if you're on Medicare, Medicare Part B, you can now go to participating retailers and you can get 8 free tests per month and get them directly from participating drugstores. There's a whole list of them. Here is a list: Albertsons, Costco, CVS, Food Lion, Giant Food, The Giant Company, Hannah Ford, HEB Pharmacy, Hy-Vee, Kroger Family, Rite Aid, Stop and Shop, Walgreens, and Walmart. Potentially some other stores, but that's a quick list there for you. Oh, by the way, here's Lily. Wants to come say hi. What do you want to say, Lily? Why do you always look so silly? I think it's just this position when I hold you like this to come to sit in front of the camera. Why do you always look so silly? Everybody loves you. They say how pretty you look. I got Lily and Snowy here, knocking off my Easter eggs. But yeah, you can get those tests from the government website and from if you're on Medicare. I got Easter eggs being thrown around now from the government website and from if you're on Medicare directly from those pharmacies. But here's the thing now is that this new surge that's going on in China, they won't tell us how bad it is there in China, but we know they're all under lockdown, 400 million people. So we know they're under lockdown, but apparently only 3 people have died. Um, so we kind of really know that that's not true, but we know it's bad enough for 400 million people to be under lockdown. But see, I don't think that would happen here in the U.S. I just don't think U.S. people would allow for it. You let me know your thoughts. I just don't. I just don't think that the U.S. Americans would allow for another lockdown. I just think that. I just think that we're kind of over it. But I guess it really depends on how bad it gets. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. But it just seems like everybody wants it to be over. Now that doesn't mean it will be over here. But look at kind of the headlines that we're dealing with right now. New York State's recent virus case surge caused by 2 new versions of Omicron that are even more infectious than BA.2. So there's 2 more variations here in New York State already. And this is what China's dealing with. Cases are up 77% in New York from just 2 weeks ago. And hospitalizations are also climbing again. Yeah, so hospitalizations are up. And the question here is that are we going to be dealing with another massive surge where we're going to have 1 million people testing positive every day again? And millions of people are going to be out of work and millions of people are going to be sick. And then who knows how many people are going to be dying here. Yeah, you can see here a surge of new virus cases in New York State that is making it once again the epicenter of the US pandemic is due to two new versions of the Omicron variant. That appears to be even more infectious than the BA.2 subvariant that has become the dominant variant in the US. These are sublineages of BA.2, which accounts for 80.6% of virus cases in New York. I don't know how they get that exact percentage, but maybe it's just maybe that's just the number of tests that they're doing, and this is the number of tests that they're doing are coming back at that. The two appear to have a 23% to 27% growth advantage over BA.2. Cases in New York are up 77% from 2 weeks ago, according to a New York Times tracker, and hospitalizations have climbed 19%. Yeah. So the rapid spread makes it more vital than ever that unvaccinated people get their shots and avoid dying an unavoidable death. Wow. Look at this is my life here with these cats. Are just the life of the party over here. You can see Lily over here. Or I'm sorry, Lily. Yeah, Lily and Snowy over here just having a good old time with these Easter eggs. To be young again, right? Yeah, and the problem here right now is we're dealing with this massively high inflation, 40 year high of inflation at 8.5%. That is really it's really a factor of the pandemic. It's because we're coming out of the pandemic, and when we were in the pandemic, really inflation was kind of not there. All right, you could say hi. Ah, say hi. Yeah, so I don't know. It just seems like things are never going to get to normal. 2022 has lived up to. I know you want to go get that last egg, don't you? And that's really. It just seems like this cycle here where we're going through inflation, we're going through pandemic. We just went through Omicron, which was really just like in February, and now we're dealing with inflation, pandemic, and it just seems like we're going to continue through this cycle. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts because I don't know. It does seem like there's going to be another wave of this pandemic. I mean, we just had Nancy Pelosi test positive. We had a bunch of members from Congress test positive. Oh, and also Ohio Governor Mike DeWine tests positive again for the virus. I believe this is the second time he's tested positive for the virus. He's a Republican and he's vaccinated. Um, yeah, so this just happened like a day or two ago. So um, the virus is still out there. It's not like it's gone away. And we're not even in a massive surge right now. Yes, I know. I know everybody wants it to go away, but that doesn't mean that it's gone away. Yeah, I know it's one of those things, right? And we got to kind of think how much this will affect our economy. Will we see something massive like China's dealing with right now? I mean, think about it. They have 400 million people on lockdown. That's more than our entire United States population. We only have around 330 million people. Can you imagine if that was here on the United States? And remember when we had our quote lockdown, it really wasn't like what they have. They literally have, like in Shanghai, you're not even allowed to leave. People are getting arrested over there. It's crazy what's going on over there. So and people are there's reports of people literally starving over there. They're not getting food delivered to them and stuff. It's just and then they're trying to say that they've only had three deaths reported, only 89 and over. Come on, let's be realistic. Oh, what I meant to show you here is this. When you look here, the US has had over, almost a million deaths here total. And we have about one fourth of the size of the people in that China has. China has like 1.2 or 1.3 billion people. We have, about a one fourth of that, 25% of the size that they have. But when we look worldwide here, we're supposedly the leader in deaths here, about twice as many as India. And a lot of this is because we probably do a lot more testing than countries like India and Brazil, because just a lot of people in India probably don't have, the money to get tested, and their government probably doesn't pay for it and stuff, in Brazil. But you notice that China is not even on here anywhere. They're just literally nowhere on here. And remember the headline that they just reported 3 deaths. 3. Like we could go all the way down here to like Australia, which has 6,000 deaths. Like, come on, China, is this realistic? And remember, that's where the virus originated. So, I mean, remember, if they're 4 times the size of our population, it's probably, you could probably just guess and say that that could be 4 million people. If we have almost a million people, um, yeah, that's just it's crazy to think about. Crazy to think about. Yeah, so let me know your thoughts here. I'll keep you up to date with everything going on here in our country. But if we have even more supply chain shortages, that could raise the price of even more things going forward here. And we really don't want to see that. And we really don't want to see the price of oil and gas and shipping and all this stuff. It could get even worse, they're saying here now. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope we don't see another massive virus surge. But this is what's in the news here. And I hope to God this doesn't happen. I hope that we don't see another virus surge. Um, but you can see it's already being reported in New York. So hey, I'm just kind of letting you know what's being reported. You could let me know your thoughts here in the comments. But I'll keep you up to date here on everything. So let me know your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe down below to our channel. It's completely free to do so. Remember that new videos come out here every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click here to watch my newest video next. And I just did a big video on multiple state stimulus checks and the federal stimulus checks. So you can click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.